I've been podcasting for over 9 years, which is insane and blows my mind. A client just emailed me a question yesterday. So I consult with shows and new shows that are looking to launch, grow, and monetize, where before I wrote, produced, and developed all of the shows. Just during the pandemic alone, 9 plus mine is 10. 10 shows just during the pandemic. So I had to become their brain and write their show, produce it. It was a lot. Okay. So now I just consult. So if you were looking to launch, grow, or monetize a podcast, I'm your girl. But let me get to the email. So basically, I do a 90-minute consult call, or we could break it down into 3 30-minute calls where one's creative, one's technical, and one is how to monetize. Okay. So I said, send me an email of all the questions that you want me to answer for you so it doesn't take up more time on a call. Number 9 of the questions she sent me 10. You've done this for 9 years. Looking at where I am today, what's one habit or mindset you wish you had in the first month instead of learning it years in? I was like, what? Like, I literally had to sit down and think about it. Now here's the story. And this is what I wrote. I'm like, wow, this is an excellent question. And honestly, I've always been extremely organized and strategic because for me, I was in survival mode because I thought I was going to become blind and paralyzed, so I would only have my voice to make money. I did everything to make my show work. I don't even think I would do anything differently. I mean, my story is also not the norm, which never has been. I guess maybe now how to produce, but I picked that up quickly and now I love it, especially the music aspect. That's what I wrote her back. I love that she asked me that, and I keep telling her, like, share your stories. You're launching a podcast. Like, people want the nitty gritty behind the scenes. Like, we had to turn the camera off because she was so tired. Her eyeballs hurt because she's like getting to work. She's putting in the work from the list of the things that I gave her to do, the tasks. And I'm so proud of you. So proud of her. But I said, people don't know unless you constantly share your story. So for example, I just launched the One Decision Away podcast. It's a show for women over 40 that are also reinventing their life into health and wellness, mindset shifts. We are ready to take our life and business to the next level it truly deserves to be at. You're on a personal growth journey. You're dealing with perimenopause, menopause, all the bullshit we have to deal with when we're pushing 50, right? That's what my show is about. I kept seeing arrows when I was going on my walks. I have always had this quote written. It's in my book, Everything is Messy. I have always talked about it on the Kellyanne Cares podcast. But my show was 9 years old when I ended it on the show's anniversary, which was actually my birthday, June 10th. And I knew I needed a bigger, purposeful show, one that wasn't like attached to so much trauma, right? Because I was diagnosed with MS and NMO, 2 diseases that I was supposed to be blind and paralyzed. At the end of the day, I was going to have my voice. So that's why I was like, okay, I need a podcast. And I just figured it out. That led into me launching a podcast development company, creating all these shows for my clients. It was all based on referrals. For years, I was nonstop writing, producing, developing shows. It was my life. It still is now because I consult, because I'm so passionate about it. My story started off in my show called the Happy Workaholic Podcast, a show for your business, LinkedIn, and life with an autoimmune disease, because I was sharing all of that. And I'm like, I've always shared, like, if you're strong enough to share your story, you need to do it. Do you know how many women I'm grateful for on TikTok that have shared, you know, Brazil nuts helped with their thyroid and their Hashimoto's, lipedema. That's how I found out I have lipedema and lymphedema and was diagnosed. Something else medical that happened to me. I have PTSD when it comes to that because backstory, I was actually misdiagnosed after being put on 13 prescription medications, chemotherapy, then overdosed with the chemotherapy. Then over 100 attorneys wouldn't take my case. So I had to become an attorney, learn the MedMel system, represent myself in 6 different legal cases, close them in record timing during the pandemic of 18 months. And then these law firms were like, how did you do that? Can you come work with us? I'm like, absolutely not. But now legally I can say all the doctors' names. And that's why I did it, because you can always make money. And my thought process was, I will die if I cannot, like, it's too traumatic to go to trial with this. And I didn't have $250,000 sitting in my bank account to fund flying in all the experts that had written off on my case. So long story short, if you don't share your story, people aren't going to know. So all of my new Substack followers, they just think I'm a brand new podcaster with 10 episodes. Share your story. You share your story, you're going to help one other person. And if you help one person, life is made. My day is made. If this helped you in any way, come tune in to the One Decision Away podcast. You are going to love it. There's a Substack affiliated with it. I'm so proud of it. And if there's something that you're trying to do, whether it's personally or professionally, you need to wake up earlier, you need to write it down, you need to manifest it, you need to visualize, and you need to act as if it's already here, but also put in the fucking work, and that shit's gonna happen. Follow for more.